Cigarettes, a staple of the tobacco industry, became deeply ingrained in global culture largely due to the forces of war. From the early days of mass production to their modern-day notoriety, wars played a significant role in shaping the cigarette industry and its widespread consumption. Understanding how war made the cigarette popular involves tracing its journey from a niche product to a mass-produced commodity that fed both soldiers and civilians alike. The origins of the cigarette. While tobacco had been consumed for centuries in various forms, cigarettes didn't become popular until the late 19th century. Initially, smoking was dominated by cigars and pipes. Cigarettes, often seen as a cheaper and less sophisticated form of tobacco consumption, were primarily hand-rolled. However, the mechanization of cigarette production, thanks to innovations like the Bonsack machine in the 1880s, enabled manufacturers to produce cigarettes on an industrial scale. This newfound efficiency in cigarette production laid the groundwork for the cigarette's crucial role in wartime, especially during periods when soldiers required a portable and easily consumable form of tobacco. The ability to produce cigarettes rapidly and in vast quantities ensured they became the preferred choice over cigars and pipes, which were bulkier and more time-consuming to use. Cigarettes offered soldiers a convenient way to enjoy tobacco during short breaks in combat or while stationed in harsh environments. Their lightweight, compact nature made them ideal for distribution in soldiers' rations, further reinforcing the cigarette's significance as a source of relief and comfort during war. World War I. The rise of the cigarette. World War I was a turning point in the history of cigarettes. Soldiers on the front lines needed a form of tobacco that was easy to use in the harsh conditions of the trenches. Cigarettes fit the bill perfectly. Unlike cigars or pipes, cigarettes were lightweight, quick to light, and easy to smoke during short breaks. They provided an immediate sense of relief and relaxation in a highly stressful environment. Governments and tobacco companies seized this opportunity. Many nations, including the United States and the United Kingdom, provided cigarettes as part of soldiers' rations. Tobacco companies saw a huge market and began to send free cigarettes to troops. The demand for cigarettes skyrocketed, and soldiers returned from the war as habitual smokers. Cigarettes became associated with patriotism, camaraderie, and the shared hardships of war. World War II, cementing cigarettes as a cultural staple. By the time World War II erupted, cigarettes were deeply embedded in military culture. They were again included in soldiers' rations, and the global tobacco industry saw another boom. Tobacco companies such as Lucky Strike, Camel, and Chesterfield ramped up production, often advertising their contributions to the war effort as part of their brand image. Cigarette smoking became part of the everyday life of soldiers, and they, in turn, brought the habit back home. The war years saw advertising campaigns that linked cigarettes to notions of freedom, masculinity, and relaxation. Smoking a cigarette became a symbol of victory, both on the battlefield and in civilian life. The Cold War and beyond. Cigarettes in a global context. Post-World War II, cigarette consumption continued to rise across the globe, partially fueled by the Cold War. Cigarettes became an international commodity, exchanged between soldiers, civilians, and even used in black markets. American brands, in particular, gained global recognition during this time, becoming a symbol of Western lifestyle and influence. The rise of television in the 1950s further cemented the cigarette's place in popular culture. Hollywood films glorified the image of the smoking hero, often depicting soldiers or tough individuals lighting up in moments of tension or reflection. This association of cigarettes with resilience and coolness had a lasting impact on global smoking habits. The legacy of war and cigarettes. While wars helped cement the cigarette as a popular product, they also contributed to the growing understanding of its health risks. By the 1950s and 1960s, medical research began to show the harmful effects of smoking, and anti-smoking campaigns gained momentum. However, the deep cultural and emotional connections between cigarettes and the military, established during two world wars, made it difficult for public health officials to shift public opinion quickly. Despite the decline in smoking rates in many parts of the world today, the cigarette remains a potent symbol, with its roots deeply intertwined with the wars that made it the global commodity. Conclusion. The cigarette's rise from a hand-rolled luxury to a mass-produced global product was largely shaped by wartime demands. Wars in the 20th century provided the perfect environment for the cigarette to flourish. On the battlefield, it was a source of comfort and camaraderie. At home, it became a symbol of patriotism and resilience. Today, while the health risks of smoking are well known, the historical connection between war and cigarettes continues to influence how they are marketed and perceived. The legacy of this relationship serves as a powerful reminder of how conflict can shape even the most everyday products.